Yunna walked up to them and looked at Wobin. Before they could say anything, she asked him if it was true that he was moving to Norway. Wobin hesitated for a moment before confirming that he was, explaining that he had planned to tell her and explain everything. Yunna stood there, on the verge of tears, and questioned what would happen to their relationship. She reminded him that despite knowing he was leaving, he had still promised to be there for her birthday. Wobin immediately stood up and tried to take her hands, but Yunna moved away. Looking at him, she asked if he didn't care about her enough and if that was the reason he was trying to distance himself. She brought up his broken promises, how he had said they would make their relationship public, which now seemed unlikely. She also questioned why he had written a heartfelt letter confessing his feelings if he wasn't truly committed. Sunjin, trying to defend Wobin, stood up as well. He urged Yunna to understand where Wobin was coming from and said she was misunderstanding the situation. According to Sunjin, Wobin needed time away to sort through his emotions and become a better partner for her. Wobin interrupted, assuring Sunjin that he would handle the situation himself, prompting Sunjin to excuse himself and give them space. Wobin stepped closer and gently wiped away Yunna's tears. He explained that leaving was the only way he could heal, and that it had nothing to do with a lack of feelings for her. He said he wanted his emotions to be fully committed to her, and that was why he needed time away. Still looking at him, Yunna brought up their promise to go public and his birthday commitment, both of which he had broken. When he stayed silent, unsure how to respond, Yunna ran off in tears. Wobin stood there, filled with regret, realizing he had mishandled the situation. He should have talked to her earlier and explained everything before it escalated. Moments later, he rushed out after her and found her speaking to her ex, who was comforting her. Seeing another guy touch her shattered him. Without thinking, he rushed over and removed the guy's hand from her, demanding that he stay away from his girlfriend. The ex, unfazed, responded that since Yunna had been with Wobin, she had been sad and withdrawn. He claimed he had always treated her well and kept her happy. He questioned why Wobin had pursued her in the first place if he wasn't ready to treat her right. Wobin replied that it was a private matter between him and Yunna and that he didn't need to get involved. Turning to Yunna, he asked her to go somewhere with him so they could talk properly and clear up the misunderstanding. Yunna asked again if he was still planning to go to Norway. When he didn't answer immediately, she pressed him for a clear response. Wobin eventually admitted that he was doing it for her as well, explaining that he couldn't be with her while still holding unresolved feelings for someone else. He said that staying would only hurt them both in the long run. Yunna, hurt, concluded that since his decision was final, they should end things. She said she had done everything to show how much she cared for him, but he didn't seem to consider her feelings. Turning to her ex, she asked him to take her home. They got into the car and drove away, leaving Wobin behind, overwhelmed with confusion and heartache. He wished he could stay and make things work with Yunna, but he knew he couldn't offer her his whole heart, while part of it still lingered on someone else. The only way forward was to leave everything behind. Frustrated, he walked back into the bar,